Okay, in this video lecture, we'll be covering the design and analysis of non-rectangular beams. So, example of non-rectangular beams are T-beams. Okay, so in your module, it was explained kung ano yung mga T-beams. So, we'll not anymore discuss yung ano ba ang T-beam and so on. Kasi you can read so much information about T-beams in your module. So, let's go immediately sa technicalities ng T-beam. So, yung T-beam, typical parts ng T-beam, meron tayong web. Okay? Yung web is ito, itong part na to, hanggang to. And then, ito naman yung flange. Okay? Yung flange, meron tayong overhang flange. Ito yung overhang flange. So, yung, let's say ito, yung width of the flange, tatawagin natin siyang BF. And then, the width of the web, tatawagin natin siyang BW. Okay, bakit nandito yung reinforcement? Okay, usually nandito yung tension reinforcement. Tension reinforcement, in case na merong reinforcement dito, yung sa may W reinforce. Okay, so, pero sa T-beams, usually, dinedesign lang siya as singly reinforced or they are only primarily designed for tension only. Okay, the reason is, masyado kasing malaki yung compressive force sa concrete, so it doesn't, hindi na kailangan ng compression reinforcement. Kasi sobra-sobra na yung compressive force dito. Okay? So, yung stress sa T-beams, ganun pa rin. Okay? Pero, instead of stressing the T-beam at D, kinukuha natin yung effective flange width. Doon lang ma-apply ngayon yung equivalent stress na uniform for concrete na 0.85 F'C. Okay? Uniform pa rin to. Uniform stress pa rin. Kumbaga, yung stress diagram natin is ito pa rin. Okay? Uniform stress siya. So, uniform. So, ito yung 0.85 F'C. Okay, so we'll tackle ito yung ano yung maging effective flange width. So, meron sa code, ito yung makikita natin sa code. Okay, sinamarize niya sa L-shape and T-shape. Saan ba nagkakaroon ng T-shapes? Yung T-shape, nandito usually sa mga interior yan. Interior panels. Okay? So, yun na sa interior beams and then we have slab here. Yung L-shape naman, usually sa corners yan. Now, what will be the effective flange width? Yung BF, considering these two cases. Now, for T-beams, sabi niya dito, okay, the total effective compression flange width is limited. So, it pertains sa ganun to. So, limited, yung flange width daw, itong BF, is limited to 1/4 of the span. Yung span na sinasabi is yung length ng beam. Magkaiba sa transverse span ng beam na to. Yung length na sinasabi is yung length perpendicular to the screen ng beam na to. So, let's say tatawagin natin siyang L. Small letter L. So, sabi niya, yung BF daw is limited to 1/4. So, L over 4. Dito galing yon. Dito na code. And sabi niya, and the effective overhanging portion of the T-beam. Ibig sabihin, yung effective overhanging portion. Saan ba yung effective overhanging? Ito naman yon. So, ito yung part na overhanging. Sabi niya, yung code is 8 times daw this flange thickness. So, ang thickness ng slab mo is HF. So, 8 to 8 HF. Ito rin 8 HF. So, para makuha mo tong total effective flange width, it will be dalawang HSF plus yung BW. Dito galing yon. So, kaya may 2 times 8 dito. Kaya BW. Okay, next. Yung second naman, ito, 1/2 the clear distance to the next web. So, let's say, ito yung kukonsider natin. Kukonsider natin na flange width. And ito yung clear distance. So, gagawin mo, yung quadrant daw dito, let's say kung transverse, let's say L, tawagin natin siyang L, ano. Basta, ito yan. So, clear distance. Yung clear distance. Yung face, from face of beam, clear distance over 2. Ito naman, kung clear distance din over 2. In case na magkaparehas to, so magiging clear distance over 2. Magmumultiply ka lang ng 2 kasi dalawa. In case na parehas. Okay? So, kung magkaiba, separate mong kukunin yung clear distance dito and then clear distance naman dito. And then, i-add mo. So, yun yung BF. Kung ano yung pinakamaliit, yun yung mag-govern sa effective flash width. Kasi kung dinesign mo siya based on its weakest dimension, ibig sabihin, yung mas malaki niya, kaya niya na. Kasi mas malaki yung properties niya. The bigger the web of the T-beam, mas malakas. Okay, for L-shape naman, okay, the L-shape is yung overhanging portion daw, ito, yung overhanging portion, and ito na part, sabi niya, 1/12 of the span of the beam. Yung span, so L over 12. So, ito lang, itong overhanging to, So, L over 12. Para makuha mo yung effective ito, yung total, it will be L over 12 plus BW. Doon nakuha to. Okay, next, yung 6 times the slab thickness. So, 6 HF to. So, para makuha mo yung overall, it will be 6 HF plus yung BW. Yun naman galing yan. And then last, okay, 1/2 the clear distance of the transverse next to the next web. So, kung ito, let's say ito yung transverse clear distance, kunin mo lang yung half over 2. Kaya ito, clear distance over 2 plus BW. Isa lang kasi ang overhanging sa L-beams. Okay? So, dalawang pwedeng mangyari pag nag-analyze tayo ng T-beam. Pwedeng wide beam action or T-beam action. Ano ba yung wide beam? So, pag wide beam action, nandito yung, kumbaga, A. So, nandito yung depth of compression block. Okay? Kung nandyan yung depth of compression block, ibig sabihin, parehas lang to sa rectangular beams kasi meron kang A, B. Kaya lang, parang wide beam lang siya. Kaya tinawag na wide beam kasi sobrang wide nung effective beam mo. Diba sa formula na C is equal to 0.85 F prime C A B. So, ito lang yung, kaya lang ito maging BF, hindi na siya B. Sa beam kasi, ito yung A, ito yung BW, width of the beam. Ito yung A. So, ito yung gagamitin natin. So, wide beam siya. So, dito lang tayo muna mag-focus kasi pag wide beam action siya, gagamitin natin yung formula for rectangular beams. Yun lang yung gagamitin natin. Parehas lang sa rectangular beams yung formula. Now, how about pag T-beam action? Nandito naman ngayon yung A, yung depth of compression block. Okay, ng depth. So, for T-beam, ito yung magiging stress-strain natin. Okay, so, we'll derive yung mga formulas dito maya for T-beams. So, ito yung stress-strain diagram. Ganun pa rin. Linear pa rin yung stress. Ito magiging 0.003. Ito, papalitan natin ng 0.003. And ito naman is yung actual strain sa steel. Okay? So, yun. So, kung C yan, ito D minus C pa rin. D minus C. Take note, ito lang yung ES kaya meron ganun yan. And then yung strain, uniform strain distribution pa rin. So, nandito yung A. So, ang gagawin mo, instead na sa C natin, na di ba, C na 0.85 F prime C AB, ang gagawin natin dito, instead of AB, i-represent natin siya as area of concrete. Ano ba yung AC na yan? Itong area na to, yung shaded. So, paano natin kukunin T-beam lang naman yan? So, AC. Diba? Kung meron kang stress, ito kasi yung uniform stress sa concrete. Para maging force siya, para maging compressive force, ang gagawin mo, i-multiply mo siya sa area. Area na contact, which is in AC. So, paano natin isosolve yung AC? So, by simple geometry naman, beam geometry natin. Okay, so for T-beam action, ito yung mangyayari. Mas maganda hatiin natin, pag kunyari T-beam, pagka-calculate na natin moment, mas maganda hatiin natin into 2 portion. So, tatawagin natin ito for the overhang portion. Okay, ito yung overhang. Okay, tatanggalin natin itong width ng beam. So, it will be, itong length na to is, okay, sa BF over B. So, pag nagsasummation, di ba, merong compressive force dito? Okay, meron kang compressive force. Ito naman tension. So, ito yung T. Ito naman sa compressive force. Okay? So, since equal naman yan, tatawagin na lang natin C. Okay? So, yung ASF dito is actually yung area ng steel to balance yung overhanging flange. Kaya tawagin natin siyang ASF. So, this ASF is the required steel area for T-beams to balance yung overhanging flange. Yan. And then, ito naman, itong remaining na to, yung AS, kung ito yung AS, total AS, yung remaining, okay, so kung meron ka ng AS, so ito natitira na lang is AS minus ASF. Yung remaining ngayon, to balance itong compressive force naman dito, considering yung beam, itong beam na to. Okay, itong portion na to. Yan. So, ito yung magiging formula. You don't need to memorize this one kasi na-derive naman yan eh. Okay? In case na masipag lang kayo mag-memorize, pwede nyo i-memorize to. Okay? So, yung ASF, okay, yung area of steel to balance yung flange section, yung overhanging flange section, it will be 0.85 F prime C. Itong BF, God, walang tubig. Itong BF minus BW, ito yon. Ito actually, itong part na to is area ng concrete. Specifically, yung area ng concrete sa overhang flange. Ba, kung mapapansin mo, ano ba yung HF? Yung thickness ng flange. Okay, kumbaga, meron kang, kunyari, T1 natin yan. And then, ito, para dito is T2. Pag magsa-summation forces ka, yung sa may overhanging flange, C is equal to T1. Where yung C is itong dalawang to. Pag kinumbine mo. So, ito yon. Yung C na yan is itong part na to. Itong part na itong nasa taas. And then, yung T1 is ASF Y. Okay, so, ito pag T-beam, I don't recommend na i-memorize nyo tong mga formulas na to. So yun. So, let's just leave it here sa T-beam. And then yung MN1, ito, magmo-moment ka ngayon. Masosolve mo sa moment dito. So yun, punta na tayo sa example para ma-apply natin to. Itong mga formulas na yan. Okay, so example number 1. The isolated T-beam shown is composed of flange. Ito na yung beam natin, blah blah blah. So yan yung beam. Wide beam. Or T-beam. Okay, so 6 na 32 na sa 2 rows. And then yung clear spacing niya, okay, let's say ito yung, sabi niya, kung ito yung second layer, ito yung first layer, ito daw is 25 mm. Okay, 25 mm. Okay, the concrete cover, centroid nung bar, sabi niya, centroid ng bar, group is 650 from the top. So, nandito yan. So, nandito yung D prime, yan yung D natin. So, ito yung D. Okay? So, solve natin mamaya yung D prime. Pero sa ganun lang naman natin kailangan yun mamaya. Okay? So, what is the design moment capacity of the T-beam? Okay, T-beam to. Of the T-beam. Of this section. Dako na lang dito. Okay? Calculate natin yung PMN. Yan. Okay, so ito parang yung hatiin natin sa dalawa. Ito yung sinasabi kong hatiin natin. Okay, for the overhanging flange, okay, let's say yung ASF is part of AS. Part of AS that will balance yung overhanging flange. Then, ito na yung stress diagram niya. So, yan, simulan natin. So, compute muna natin yung AS, 6 na 32. So, 4825.5 yung AS. So, check the location ng depth of compression block. So, paano natin ma-check? Ngayon? So, mag-equilibrium tayo. Let's assume, okay, di ba sa sinabi ko kanina, na itong AB na yan, itong AB na to is represents yung area ng concrete. Okay, ito yung stress. Ito yung stress. Yan. Diba ito yung area of concrete under compression kung rectangular siya. Pero since T-beam tayo, i-represent natin siya as AC. So, para ma-kompleto yung compressive force, so meron kang stress multiplied by area ng concrete, which is area, so magiging compressive force na to. So, kukunin natin, what is the required area of concrete that will balance this 4825.5 stress at 420 megapascal. Assume muna natin mag-yield. But in case of T-beams, lagi kasing nag-yield ang tension bar. Kasi sobrang laki nitong compression area na yan. Okay? Okay. So, pero i-check pa rin natin. So, assume na lang muna natin mag-yield. So, what will be the AC? So, what is the required area of concrete to balance this area of steel na 4825 na may stress at yield strength na 420. So, yun. So, AS, so 0.85 F prime C AC is equal to AS FY. Yun, masasolve na natin yung AC. So, 4825.5 times 420, 0.85 times 21. Ano masolve natin? 113,541.17 mm squared. So, ito yung required area of compression concrete that will balance this AS. So, how will you determine yung location ng A, ito, yung location ng A based on this AC. Okay, check natin. Kung ko-consider ko tong flange na to, saan na yung ganon? Gamitan ko ng blue. Kung i-consider ko tong flange na yan, kunin ko tong area na to, okay, kukunin ko tong area na yan. Yung area ng flange is 700 multiplied by 150. And 105,000 mm squared. So, let's say, in-assume ko na ito is under compression. Titingnan mo, ang kailangan mong area is 113,541. Ang area lang ng flange is 105. So, ibig sabihin, kulang tong buong to. Kulang yan. Okay, kulang to. So, ibig sabihin, pag kulang yan, kukuha ka ngayon dito na part. Okay, gawin ko siyang red. Kukuha ka ngayon dito na part. Okay. Yan. So, ibig sabihin, pag kumuha ka dyan, magiging T-beam na siya. Kasi ito na yung A mo. Okay, yan na yung A. Gusto ko kasi nagsusulat kaysa sa PowerPoint. So, ito na yung A mo. Okay, based on this one. So, ibig sabihin, masusolve mo yung AC based on this geometry. Okay? Ito na ngayon. So, yung area of concrete mo, dito mo siya kukunin. Yung buong to, buong flange, ito, yan. Plus ito. So, kumbaga, i-re-geometry lang natin. Diba? Ito na yung magiging para mas maganda. Kumbaga, magiging ganito siya. Pero instead na ganyan, ang gagawin natin, gagawin natin siyang ganito. Gagawin natin siyang ganito para magamit natin yung mga formula. So, ito ngayon, yan. Para dito, and then para dito naman sa overhang flange, ito. Yun. So, masolve na natin yung AC. Paano ba i-solve yung AC? Ito, di ba alam natin yung HF. Yung HF natin is 150, yung BF natin is 700, yung BW natin is 250. So, ito na ngayon yung AC. It will be this area plus this area. Okay? This area plus this area, yun yung AC. So, paano mo ako itong area na to? So, it will be BF minus BW times HF plus atong area na to is A times BW. So, yun, masasolve mo na yun yung AC. So, substitute, yun, makukuha mo na ngayon yung A. 184.16 mm. And then, from A, masosolve mo na din yung C, which is 216.66. And then, masosolve mo na ngayon, okay. C. Then, yun, pwede natin mag-solve ng moment. So, paano natin masosolve yung moment? So, it will be, hatiin natin. Yung CF, tong CF na to, is yung compressive force para dito sa flange. Okay? So, compressive force dito. And then, yung web naman, or yung compressive force para dito na part, is tatawagin kong CW. So, it will be 0.85 F prime C multiplied by area ng flange. Ito yon, overhanging flange. Yung area niyan is ito. Ito, area to So, para lang di malito, yan pa lang ng annotation. Etong part, area. So, area tong part na to. Area yan. Area ng concrete or area ng flange, overhanging flange. Ito naman, yung area ng web. So, yun. So, mas-solve mo ngayon yan. So, para makuha mo yung moment, okay, yung MN, nominal moment, mag-moment ka sa centroid nung AS. So, di ba? Mag-moment ka dito. So, para dito na part, okay, yung moment arm niya, di ba? 150 to. So, yung moment arm, if this is HF, since rectangular yan, yung centroid ng group na to is nasa HF over 2. Kaya yung moment arm niya from the centroid of tension reinforcement is D minus HF over 2. Para sa web naman, ito, kung A yan, yung moment arm will be nasa kalahati ng A. Okay? So, A over 2. So, magiging ang moment arm is D minus A over 2. I hope na-gets yung geometry or yung mga moment arm. So, ayan, substitute mo lang ngayon yung CF and CW dito. Ito na yung magiging formula mo. Ayan. Kung substitute mo siya, MN, okay, for sa overhanging flange, ito. And then, ito naman for the web. So, yun. Ang MN mo na ngayon is 1151.13. Pero ang hinahanap mo is design moment capacity of the section. So, kailangan natin yung reduction factor. So, ilagay ko lang dito yung mga nakuha natin. So, calculate yung design moment. Paano natin ka-calculate? So, kailangan muna natin yung actual stress. Kasi, actual stress, since 2 rows siya, and then given yung spacing ng bawat bar, di ba sabi niya kanina? Okay? So, sabi niya kanina daw, kung ito yung first layer, and then ito yung last layer, ito is, ang spacing niya daw, is clear spacing is 25. So, kung 25 yan. And then, sabi niya, yung 650 nandito sa gitna ng group of reinforcement. Okay? So, ito yung 650. So, ito ang hinahanap nating DT. Okay? From top of the beam, DT. So, it begin, para makuha natin itong DT, gagamitin natin yung geometry. So, 650 plus, ito, kung 25 yan, ito nasa 25 over 2. Okay, ito yung dito galing yung 25 over 2. Ayan. And then, yung 32 naman, since 32 to, nasa gitna, kunin natin nasa gitna niya, 32 over 2. So, magiging DT natin 678.5. Yun, makukuha na natin yung actual stress sa last layer. So, yun. So, 1279.9. So, mag-yield yan. Laging nag-yield ang tension steels pag T-beams. So, yun. So, mayroon ka ng FS. Okay? So, since this is greater than 1,000, alam natin ang reduction factor is 0.9. Hindi ko na i-explain yun. So, will be, so, design moment natin is 0.9 multiplied by nominal, which is 1151.3. So, yun. Meron ka ng nominal design moment na 1036.2 kilonewton.